Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Simple Balance Astrology today. And today we're talking about Venus in your partner's 8th house. And if you don't know your chart, please check out the resources below. So today, Venus, 8th house. You guys love to ask me about the 8th house, which is understandable because, in life, the things that we not desire the most, but the things that we long for the most are connections. And which two houses are we most interested in terms of connection? The 8th house and the 12th house. Which is no surprise that you guys ask me to make a lot of videos on 8th and the 12th. Some say the 4th house, some say the 11th house, which is understandable. The 4th house represents home, comfort, settling down, being happy at home, right? 11th house represents sort of fulfillment of desires, goals, dreams, wishes. But connections really derive from 8th house and the 12th house. Deep spiritual, deep connections in general. Okay, so Venus, going on with the video, Venus represents the way you express appreciation, love, right? It rules over Taurus, Libra. It shows what your values are. It shows our pleasures, our approach in relationships. So 8th house now is ruled by Scorpio and the planet Pluto, really defining deep connection, intimacy, sex, assets, shared resources, assets, resources, like maybe perhaps sharing bank accounts and stuff. But more importantly, in relationships, it really gives this theme of personal growth, transformation. That's where like the Scorpio sort of energy comes in. So here, the Venus person coming into the house person's life. Venus sees the house person as very attractive. Not the romantic kind of attractive, like you would see in the 5th house or like the 7th house, but more sexual, right? Having that Scorpio Pluto energy in it, a bit mysterious as well. And they're not afraid. They're much more willing to dive in deep. Okay, whereas the moon is kind of like, if moon was in the 8th is kind of, should I not? Venus is like, all right, I'm gonna go in. So this is in the general cases. House person then senses the Venus person coming in, and they have no reason to say no. Venus shows her appreciation. The love, and the house person really feel confident now, empowered, the confidence that Venus gives the house person. And of course, the house person sort of fantasizes about the intimacy that they can have together. Uh, so the house person sort of feels this sort of feeling that they've never felt before. Hence the connection, right? They're awakened by some way. So this placement, it's highly sporadic. It's really instant, sexual. If this relationship is not that, and it doesn't mean that nothing's happening. What can happen is that these two can still share resources. There can be inheritance too from the Venus person. So, this is a really deep connection, right? And even if they are intimate, if they're in a romantic relationship, this is not like a one night stand kind of thing. Uh, it's an ongoing process where the Venus person and the house person tries to transform each other for the better. Subconsciously, they're doing that, sort of removing the past hurt that they had, and growing out of that. What did they learn from that experience? A lot of that self confidence, motivation. Uh, Even though it's painful, that they go through it, but they know that they have to go through it to overcome that what's been done in the past before. Um, so yeah, I mean this connection really. So what I'm saying is more general, right? I mean, we gotta look at the Venus person in terms of, is the Venus exalted? Are they in critical degrees? What are the aspects of Venus? If the Venus person comes off a bit, kind of scares off the house person, then this won't be this won't be seen, right? These effects. On the other hand, vice versa, if the house person has, in the natal chart, certain aspects, I don't know, for example, Saturn in their own eighth, or South Node in their own eighth house, then maybe they won't feel this sort of chemistry, this sexual intensity, this connection, because they themselves are sort of blocked off from it, right? So yeah, this is so much going on. I'll tell you guys a personal story. Okay, my first love back in high school, which was many many moons ago. We had this overlay, and honestly, it was intense. It really was very short lived, because longevity doesn't really it's not defined by Venus, right, in the eighth house. It's more of other overlays, including Saturn and stuff. So it was short lived, but our meeting was very intense. Um, you know, very deep. We both were transformed by it very much. She had her Venus was aspecting my moon and Pluto, exact aspect. So, you know, short lived, but took a long time to get over it. But it was worth it because we both needed to learn from something, learn to transform to be someone better, right? Yeah. So this overlay is not easy. So, but anyway, that's my analysis, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check out the links below, my website if you want readings, consultations, and then I'll see you guys next time. Peace.